Peace, YouTube fam. It's your boy Zay. Come back to another video. You dig, and we get right into it. This video I want to talk about how a lot of people major in minor things, and I want to say it was Bobby Hemmitt who was talking about this as well. I'm not sure. I think it was Bobby Hemmitt. But whoever said it hit it on the head, hit the nail on the head. A lot of us are majoring in minor things, and what I mean by that is people find small, irrelevant things that don't really hold purpose or serve no purpose to anybody, and they major in it. Say for instance, like I think the example they made was them keeping up with celebrity lives, or keeping up with the celebrity lives and what they doing and stuff. You're majoring in minor things, like you're good at keeping up with somebody else's life. How in what way is that affecting anybody around you? How in what way is that affecting you on a positive level? How in any way is that affecting your community on a positive level? So you're majoring in minor things. You know how to roll up a wood. If you ain't posting how to videos on YouTube, and you pride yourself on being a magnificent, like, it's majoring in minor things. I ain't saying that ain't a skill. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't putting that skill to use, then it's a good skill to have, but that ain't something you should be hyping yourself up over or like proud of yourself on. That's majoring in minor things. How is that affecting the people around you? How is that helping your community? You know what I'm saying? So we've been dropped down to such a low level to where we start wanting to major in minor things. And these minor things we start to think is important. We start to think these minor things are important just because we major in these minor things. So our ego starts to tell us this thing that you're majoring in is actually major, but in reality it's actually a minor thing, but your ego won't allow you to accept it as the minor thing because you're majoring in it. If somebody else was majoring in it, oh, that ain't nothing. But because you're doing it, oh, it's something special. No, keep it 100 across the board. The same way it wasn't none with them doing it, same thing with you. You're just majoring in something that's minor. We gotta start majoring in major things. Majoring in finding out how to tap into solar panel energy, because that's the future, by the way. That's the future. This electric grid won't be able to withstand these solar flares. So solar panel energy is the future, by the way. Crystal energy is the future, by the way. Just saying, that's a side tangent. I might get in that to a later video. You know what I'm saying? But that's going into some deep knowledge. But just go back to the fact of we get so lost in wanting to major in these minor things, we can't even see what's going on in the real world. Like when I tell people about solar flares, they be like, "What's that?" And I be forgetting, like, they not putting this on the local news. I'm watching world news to find out about the solar flares. Everybody should be notified about a solar flare, something that can possibly knock out the grid. Carrington event 1859, where they knocked out the whole grid, and they wasn't even dependent on electricity back then, like how we are now. You feel me? So this whole thing where we were trying to roll into electric cars not the future either. Don't get duped into thinking that. Electric cars ain't the future either. Because when the grid shut down, the car shut down. But I digress. I don't want to get too much in that to this video. Because, yeah, I got a whole... But anyways, when you major in these minor things, you keep yourself stagnant on doing these minor things, so you never get to working on these major things, so you can be a person that major in these major things. So the type of person I am, even if I would major in some minor things, best believe I'm majoring in some major things first before I major in some minor things. You feel me? And when I say minor things, I mean things that, I'm not saying things that's like foundational to you get into the major things, because of course you have to major the foundational things to get to the big thing. When I say majoring in minor things, I'm literally talking about things that just really just don't serve no purpose, really just extracurricular stuff or extra stuff to just keep you busy, or just you're just doing, miscellaneous stuff. You majoring in a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. Nothing comes together, nothing pieced together, nothing connects the dots. You know what I'm saying? You just majoring in a bunch of miscellaneous things. Where is this leading you to? You know what I'm saying? How is it leveling you up in any certain way? We got to get out of that, man. We got to get out of that. Strive to major towards things that can make a difference to people around you, that can make an impact. Stop selling yourself short. Stop accepting the road that this system wants you to be in. It wants you to be in a docile, weak, unimportant. They want you to have a docile, weak, unimportant road to this existence. And I refuse. And the way they set up society, they just want you to be another NPC, another standby, another person who just going with the flow, just doing a bunch of small things and never really, making a change or making an impact, making a difference, never really accomplishing anything. But they keep you interested in these little small things, in these little events, and keep your mind busy on all this BS that really don't matter in the grand scheme of things. I'm just being 100. They want you to, and that's the thing with this system. They want you to keep your attention on these minor things. They want you to keep measuring on these minor things, so you never develop into wanting to understand and measure major things that actually can change things. Things can actually make a difference, not to just you, but to the people around you. That's when you become impactful, when you can make a difference to more than just you. That's when you start to become remembered. Because when you make a difference in your lifestyle, you get your money up. Yeah, you get your money up, you doing good, but ain't nobody really gonna know you because you ain't really helping nobody else out. But when you make that impact on other people, you make the impact on communities, you make the impact on systems and other things. Now you're in a different ballpark because you're making an impact on things outside of yourself. Now you're being a vessel of light, but you can't be a vessel of light measuring in minor things. You feel me? We get so, especially us dudes, bro, like in the black community, we get so caught up on this little small stuff. Like, it baffles me, bro. It baffles me. Like even with this whole diaspora war, like people so caught up in, oh, we came from Africa, or oh, we was already here in America. Me personally, I believe black people was the indigenous people here. With that being said, if you believe we came from Africa first, cool. I don't care, because in my opinion, I'm not saying it's not an important thing to know, but for right now, that's a minor topic. For today, for current times, the times we in right now, 2023, arguing about if we came from Africa or America first is irrelevant in these times right now. We have much bigger issues. So, which is why I say that topics like that is a minor thing right now. Arguing about if it should be 50-50 is a minor thing right now. Well, women and children are being snatched up. A minor thing right now. I'm not saying it's not important to iron out all these details on the back end after we done got our communities right. But right now, it's important. It's not important. Whether the earth is flat or globe, right now, it's not important. I'm not saying it's not important on the back end after we done got our stuff right. But right now, it's not important. We love to fixate and love to stay on these things that's not relevant or not conducive to the times that we're in at this moment. We love spending our time on minor things, minor topics, minor ideas. We need to be thinking big right now. It is now or never with a lot of things, bro. And we keep giving our attention to a bunch of things that we can talk about after we done got through this revolution, after we done got through this spiritual war. But we in the middle of the spiritual war talking about, oh, if he don't make 7 figures, I don't want him. Oh, if she don't do this and that, I don't want her. Oh, all women like this. Oh, all men like this. We're in the middle of a spiritual war, and we're at war within our own community. So we're dealing with 2 wars at one time. We have a war being waged on us outside of our community, and we have a war within our community. And we wonder why we so disbalanced, we so all over the place. Because attacks is at an all-time high. And when you constantly keep indulging in this diaspora war and indulging in this men versus women war and just indulging in these bunch of going back and forth topics that ain't really conducive to nothing we trying to do right now. I'm trying to build. Shawty, I don't care what you do right now. I really don't care what you do right now. I don't care what you do right now. What I'm saying is this. We all got our issues. We all need to work on it. I'm not telling you what you need to do. You should be figuring it out yourself. Because I don't need nobody telling me what I need to do because I'm figuring it out myself. You feel me? So I'm at that point with it. Like, I'm past all the arguing. I'm past all the little petty beefs. I'm past all the little minor things. Because I'm trying to major in big things. I'm trying to major in the things that matter, that's actually important right now. We have to see, and that's the thing. People don't understand how dumb they look when they argue about these things because they don't really even understand the times that we in. So that's why people can spend time arguing about these things because they don't even understand the times that they in. So when I sit back and just look, I'm like, you can't understand, the time period on the timeline that we in. You can't. Because if you did, you wouldn't be giving your energy to this. You wouldn't be giving your attention to these things that you be giving it to. It's no way. It's no way. Because when you do understand, you wake up and smell the flies. You're like, oh nah, y'all do whatever y'all doing over there. I got bigger things to worry about right now. It's more important things to worry about right now. Our youth is being misled, but we want to argue about the earth is flat or round. We want to argue about if we came from Africa or America. I don't care about none of that shit right now. I don't. Like I said, I believe the indigenous, we was in America first. But if I end up being wrong, cool. Bro, cool. We came from Africa first. Okay, cool. Like, bro, it's not that big of a deal to me. Right now, I don't care about none of that shit because we got our own issues right here on our land. So whether we came from Africa or not, we got issues in America right now that we need to deal with. So miss me with all that people just be wanting to argue and they want to have these mental orgasms on these big intellectual words and these resources and I read this from here. I don't care. Can we talk about the issues pertaining to us right now? Because where we came from, that's important for us to know, but that's not really essential information dealing with the things and issues that we're dealing with right now. We don't have to know if we came from America or Africa first in order for us to deal with our current day problems. That's not necessary. We can deal with that after we can talk about that while we're singing Kumbaya and stuff. But it's wartime. Y'all want to talk about, man, come on, man. I'll catch y'all in this video. Peace.